Well, that was interesting. Huh. I had to just go straight to YouTube. I couldn't log on to StreamYard. It kept saying I was already logged on, and I couldn't uncycle StreamYard. So I just restarted my computer and went right to YouTube. Because StreamYard, because what happened, a screen showed up, it said StreamYard, the label for StreamYard, the logo, and it just said try again. And I closed out of it and I saw everything that you all were saying. You just couldn't see me. And then I just shut that screen down and went to YouTube, and it was like, no, the webcam is still accessing another app. And then I unplugged the webcam and tried to go on, and it still said it's plugged in. So I had to restart the whole thing. Hi, my dog named Bo. So that's what happened. Very interesting. Some things, like sometimes computer stuff stresses out people. I like it because then I know what can go wrong and what's glitchy, and so it doesn't ever really bother me unless I'm in the middle of a appraisal report that didn't auto save every 5 seconds like it's supposed to. Then that's a different story. I'm not typing anything, I'm just talking. And so I really enjoy StreamYard, so I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna change. Can I change this? See, I don't know enough about this whole thing. Hold on. What was it called? Homicide for the holidays. What I called it. So you can edit the name of it. I don't really go straight to YouTube very often because I think now you can. You can share a screen now. Before you couldn't share a screen. I get more trolls. I think StreamYard blocks some of them. I don't know how, but you get a lot more trolls when you go straight to YouTube. But I'm sure YouTube likes it. Like my screen before was very, shall I say, foggy. It seemed like it was foggy. It was like too bright. Could be just the webcam. I have the new webcam, this little one, but the photo setting, the images on it are pretty severe. So I have to figure out how to adjust it properly. The trolls will arrive. I do believe that is the case. And you can't, how do you do it? You have to pin a message. You can't really show a message on your screen and highlight it. At least I haven't figured out how to do it. You have to like unpin and pin instead of StreamYard. I like it because you can just put the message like right here. I don't know if you can see it, but you probably can't because I'm not sharing my screen. But I do like it. KCL. But yeah, you pin. I don't know how on. Post a comment on the screen. I don't know if there's a way to do that. Every once in a while during the stream would be as particular he liked, and he'd show it on the screen. How do you do that? Oh, you have to use OBS. I'll have to save that. You have to use OBS to be able to share it on the screen, which I will look at. You can do it in the Chrome browser. So I'll look at that. Maybe just go to this point. That comment is pinned at the top, but you don't see it on the screen the way you would on a StreamYard, with the colors and the pretty name. And can someone post this live link in the other chat? Is the other chat still up? Here's the link. This is interesting because just a lesson on YouTube. If you put the link in the chat here, it shows a hyperlink. On StreamYard, it doesn't show a hyperlink. The other chat is still up. Fair play, of course. Some people are in there. See if I can go in. Interesting. Oh, I did call it Homicide in the Holidays. Sweet. They're patiently waiting. So there is something I definitely like about this format. The screen is for me, much better here than StreamYard. I did a magic trick, Rosemary. Like my eyebrows, it's about me. My eyebrows look actually dark gray here, where earlier it was like I don't know, it was odd. And it's the same camera. Hey, Eric Lieber. Is it safe? Barely. It's barely safe, Eric. They're patiently waiting. Oh, bless their hearts. Tell them all thank you if you don't. I very much apologize. StreamYard shut down on me the other day. It wasn't my camera, it was StreamYard. Your nails reminded me of candied apples. The color. I know they're bright red. They are what do they call frosted, like the 70s. But it's Christmas. It's very Snow White-ish of me. Show Eric that video. What happened? What happened? I got a screen from StreamYard. It said try again. I went out of StreamYard, came back on, but you guys still couldn't see me. So I had to restart my computer. And I just screw StreamYard, even though I just paid them $600. I just went straight to YouTube. $600 to use StreamYard for the year and have storage. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think they'll prorate me though. Maybe I'll sell my access. I'll sell someone else my user ID and password. Yeah, yours froze, mine froze. But this is nice because you can put a link, I could put a link here for this YouTube. And for me, I don't know if you guys see it, it actually has the line under it for, I wonder if I could do let me see. Okay, so I'm on if I do, Roberta Glass is coming on, right? So if I do Roberta Glass, True Crime Report, she's going to have the other guy on. Ooh, she's going to be talking about, so I can put that link on. Let me see if it shows up for that. It does. It hyperlinks to Roberta's upcoming show. It's nice. Hello, Kathy from South Africa. How are you? Hey, Casey. Sorry about all that. Sorry about the whole, but it's nice. You could see your thumbs up, your numbers on thumbs up, the number of people here. I lost the, what's the word? Look at my hair on the back. It's trash. My hair looks like trash today. I had such a good hair day this morning, and then I had radio. And then you got to put the headphones on. It's a mess. Twitter, the Twitter feed of us. Jibs and Jabs. So you want to see it? Hi, RJ. Love listening to you. Let me know when you're coming to LA. I would love to buy you a beer. So that won't likely happen anytime soon. I don't fly if I can help it. My brother-in-law lives in Moore Park, RJ. I know my husband wants to go back out. I've never been to LA to visit. I only flew through LA when I was on military jets. It's not a plane. It's cargo planes, C-130s. But I've never been around LA. If I'm going to go to LA, I want to do like Marilyn Monroe. Like I want to do like old fashioned. There's like people I want to stalk when I'm there. Yeah. I would be all about the real estate. Happy to be in sunny South Miami, nice and close to the Alexander, right? So riddle me this. The state comes out. So if you don't know, these twin brothers, Allen, A-L-E-N, and Oren, O-R-E-N, or Alon and I don't know how to spell it, and Tao, the other brother's Tao. So it's a 38-year-old, that's Tao, and two 37-year-olds, Alexander twins. Their claim to fame, which is a huge claim to fame, 2019, which is 5 years ago, so they would have only been 32 years old. They were the buyer's agents for Ken Griffin, who is a hedge fund manager and billionaire. And he bought he was buying all sorts of properties up in 2019. He bought a $238 million penthouse, like 5 stories tall. And they were the buyer's agents. So that was their shoot to fame. Moments later, 5 years, skip to that, they are being charged with rape. The state of Florida, Miami-Dade prosecutor comes out. She was fabulous sounding. Her voice is amazing. Prosecutor. Then all of a sudden, they're on a federal hold. This is where I go, what is going on here? Because feds, it's really hard to get information on their court system. Evidence, Florida's so open. The feds are not. So Glazer is the judge who has their first appearance. And Glazer, if you don't know, was Donna Adelson, our Donna, Tallahassee's Donna, Adelson's judge, who in fact mentioned when Donna was there in her little anti-unaliving suit that she's like, I think I saw that lady, like she came back from a trip to Paris and said she saw a lady on the plane. And so Glazer also had a little bit of fame years ago. She was in one of her first appearances. A man comes up to the lectern, not a podium, but a lectern, and she recognizes him from like middle school. And so she gave him a little bit of a break on that and told him like do better, which of course he didn't do. But that's her claim to fame. And so she has these Alexander twins. And the brother, Tao, was also charged, but only on federal, not on state. But I'm like, why? Okay, so there's a hold. She's going to release him on bail, which I have a problem with for rape. That's here nor there. Because it was all semantics. They had a federal hold. They weren't going anywhere. But the feds come in, swoop, yay, and then we know nothing. And I really have a problem with that. And it's constant. I mean, Diddy thing, feds. Epstein, feds. They'll hold them in a state prison. They're not holding them in they're going to or jail. They're going to Rikers. But why don't we get to know anything in the federal court system? No cameras, really no docket that's easily seen, especially in New York State. And I hate to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I am when it comes to this. I mean, it's just constant, Glenn. It's just a constant realm of this. So then it comes out today Ashley Moody is our Florida State Attorney General. And there was an assassination attempt on Trump around Mar-a-Lago that this guy knew. His name is Rue or Rao or something, Ruth, Routh. And he tried to shoot Trump on the golf course. Like he knew Trump's, how he knew it, I don't know, but he knew his golf schedule. The feds aren't cooperating with the state in this case. So Ashley Moody, I mean, they're not saying anything or doing anything, really not movement at all. So Ashley Moody filed her own charges so that something could be done. But I'm like, what is going on with this Fed and the just, I don't know. They really like you to just plead. I don't know. I just have a lot of questions. It depends on where it is. I'm trying to make your post active. So Sandra D says, can't you get the docket in the Fed case? You have to go there and subscribe. I do. So I have a Pacer. It's called a Pacer membership, but it's still really hard to get all that stuff. It's really challenging. The public has a right to know what is going on in federal case. I mean, you have to have the case number. You can't just go in. At least I tried recently on a bankruptcy. I was trying to figure out about a bankruptcy. I'm like, it's such a convoluted method to find it. It's to prevent you from finding it. They'll be charged in kidnapping and trafficking. They are very hefty charges. That is true, Patricia. I wish I could highlight you the way I used to, but I can't. It is true. They will be charged, and it'll be astronomical. Astronomical. That's not the point. I want to know. Like, I want to follow. It's not me. I want to follow the case. I want to make sure that, the real estate in the case is handled. I want to know all that. And they make it very challenging, especially New York. So it's not like, it's a New York district court. It's not easy. But according to what I did know about the three brothers, Tal resided in New York City. Patty, what the blank is happening with all these red rums lately? The two, which red rum are we talking about? Law and Crime covered the P. Diddy indictment hearing that was held at 2 p.m. today. Had someone sending in from the courtroom. This is what I mean. Like, this is nuts. I can understand appellate courts or the Supreme Court, blah, blah, blah. You want the mystery. I get it. But I don't understand the typical federal court system not being more public. The appeal that Karen Reed made to the Massachusetts Supreme Court about her fake double jeopardy, non-double jeopardy, that wasn't even close. I mean, the judges kind of were embarrassing. To me, they were trying not to embarrass the appellate attorney, but that was public. And I thought that was amazing that people could see that. Because in a lot of states, Florida, that would not be public. Patty, I'm going to Biloxi this weekend. You should come. Girlfriend, that is not a bad idea. I could put it all on black. Do you know that? That's what he said, by the way. That was funny, Patty. Even if only to yourself. Massive shootings, LA doctor by ex-wife, used hippie and Luigi, and so on. I think it's just a typical day in the United States there, the two. Diddy was there in person. Let me see if I can find it. I know we don't get to see. Oh, it's another bail hearing. No. Here it is. Law and Crime 45 minutes ago. Sean Combs. Dude, what is going to happen to J-Lo? That's what I want to know. What is going to happen? See, this isn't going to be mine. What is going to happen with J-Lo and P. Diddy? I have bigger questions here. So was streamed 3 hours ago. He was indicted by a federal grand jury on several more charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking. I can share this. Despite his attorney's continuous fights, the music mogul has been denied bail numerous times. Diddy is done. I'm waiting on Jay-Z, someone writes. And here's a kicker. So I tried to get the Sarah Boone phone calls. I'm sure I'm not the only person, but I tried to get the Sarah Boone phone calls, and the sheriff won't release them. Says it's not public information. She's not involved. J-Lo may just sing. I have a neighbor that's been charged with sex trafficking, can't find any out because the family, right? Why are they so sneaky? Hey, Pacer is limiting and it's annoying. Pacer is the website for the feds here that you can go on, and it's not just that, it's the Supreme Court of Florida too. It's just a bitch, to be honest with you. It's a bitch. Shouldn't be that hard. Search for a case. You could search for a specific court, search by national index, or court opinions, or phone access to court records. You should be able to just stick in a name and find it. That is not it. You can, I can call. A U.S. bankruptcy court says use a touch tone phone to access limited, that's what I'll have to do. And I could put a participant name in. I don't have their social, but I want to know the name and see if they declare bankruptcy. You can watch Paul Clement argue on behalf of the New England commercial fisheries, Chevron deference in front of SCOTUS. They actually did the entire hearing live. With Pacer, can you distribute the documents you get for them? Let me see. This is ridiculous. I have to accept cookies. I have to look at this later. It just makes it so difficult. My client code. Maybe it's just not letting me in that portion. Mm-mm. Says my account's active. I don't know. But it's very challenging. And all I want to do is look up a bankruptcy. But now if I call and God forbid have to do it says I'm inactive. Upgrade your Pacer account. How do you upgrade it? it makes you answer questions. I mean, it's just a lot to find out something that shouldn't be such a freaking hard thing to do, to me. I don't know. I've been on the, like, if you were going to, let me see, with like Charlie Adelson, hold on. Pacer, Florida Supreme Court. Because no, it's his appellate court, right? He has his appellate court. It's not the Supreme Court. Because I was on there and I was able to get Charlie Adelson docket. And you can download from there. Bitch. I saw this morning. The fourth guy made it back from his honeymoon in Japan, and he's going to get bail on Friday. Who is the fourth guy? What is his name? Oh, Ohad. What's his face? Fisherman. Oh, Ohad Fisherman. Yeah. Ohad Fisherman was his name. Sorry. Yeah, we talked about that. I forgot it. Ohad Fisherman. He says girl's not right. Ohad. Ohad. My bad. Bond set for man charged in alleged Miami gang rape with the brothers. Okay, let me see if I can share this easily or if it's going to make my life difficult. Oh, as long as you don't mind watching an ad that's titled gang rape. Oh my God. Can you imagine? Oh, so they're using StreamYard for that. So it says Ohad Fisherman is right here, who is on a planned honeymoon in Japan during the brothers' arrest, surrendered himself to authorities before the hearing. He was named in Florida state charges and is accused of taking part in the gang rape. During the hearing, Jody Jean said the bond would be $25,000 corporate surety bond and a $260 personal surety guarantee by his wife and mother-in-law. She also set conditions for release, house arrest with an ankle monitor. He must stay away from the alleged victim. He must also surrender his U.S. and Israeli passports. So I think it was murder. NBM was saying something about the Israeli passports and not having your luggage checked or something. Fisherman's attorney said his client's wife and mother-in-law will sign a $260,000 surety bond to ensure his appearance at the proceedings. The judge reset the hearing for Friday to give Fisherman's attorney time to provide a personal guarantee. Fisherman's wife, family, and friends attended the hearing. When it was over, he was taken into custody for booking. Well, let's see if we can find that.
A friend of the Alexander brothers is expected to turn himself into
a video on here. It says, get to know one of the most sought after real estate agents. Lord have mercy. I can't imagine being this evil. Yeah, they're not showing him. Well, that sucks. Oh, here it is. Found it. It was on Law and Crime, I guess. Here.
Good morning, all the members of the United States. Good morning, Your Honor. Judge Sloman and Matthew Bellavetta on behalf of Ohad Fisherman is present before the court.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Fisherman is present in court to surrender.
Just take us back a little bit. So there was an arrest warrant that the state of Florida issued for him, and he was out of the country on a honeymoon in Japan. You all agreed that to set aside the arrest warrant if he were to surrender today.
Correct.
And he's here.
And he's here, Judge.
So first things first, is the state of Florida moving for pretrial detention on these charges?
Judge, I cannot in good faith.
So you're not moving for pretrial detention. The bond schedule as set by the circuit, because the circuit has been given authority from the Florida Supreme Court to set its own bond schedule. The first-degree felony that he's currently charged with, it's a bondable offense, and the recommended bond is $15,000. So we'll start with that, Mr. Sloman, because I know that you and Ms. Snyder have discussed a little bit a bond agreement. There's no agreements, but you are entitled to ask this court to set a monetary bond by law.
That's correct, Your Honor. So thank you, and thank you everybody for allowing Mr. Fisherman to return from his honeymoon, and he did so last night. This morning, Your Honor, we have secured his U.S. passport and his Israeli passport, which we will turn over to the state at the conclusion of this hearing.
And there are no other identity documents besides the U.S. passport and the Israeli passport that you have in your possession.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And when you say secured, whatever bond you're going to propose to the court will include the turning over of these passports to the clerk of courts.
That's correct, Your Honor. And to get to the meat of the coconut, so to speak, Mr. Fisherman, who's here, and his wife, for less than a year, actually their 1-year anniversary is today. And his wife, Jordan Roy, who's here, and his mother-in-law, Tamar Roy, are all going to sign on a $260,000 personal surety bond to secure his presence through the entire court proceedings. We are also offering the court and the state a corporate surety bond in the amount of $25,000 issued by Royce M. Locke of Miami. Mr. Fisherman will be, or I presume will be ordered to stay away from the alleged victim. And those are the only restrictions that we are asking the court to impose at this time. Mr. Fisherman's net worth, we believe, is less than $1 million. So this is a significant bond to secure his presence. The fact that his mother-in-law is signing on the bond, I believe, is extremely significant. In the courtroom with us are approximately 10 or 15 of his friends and family who have come here to support him. And as I indicated, Judge, Mr. Fisherman was on his honeymoon at the time that he learned of the charges. He actually traveled to Japan the day before, arrived there, only to find out the next day that he had been named in an arrest warrant. So Mr. Fisherman has been a member of this community since 2020. He's a U.S. citizen since 2023.
The community being
South
America?
Florida.
Okay.
South
South
Florida,
Florida
Your
since
Honor.
2020.
Right. Originally, in 2012, he immigrated from Israel and lived in New York. From 2012 to 2020, he lived in New York and then moved to South Florida at the start of the pandemic. He was in real estate in New York, and he had started a fledgling hummus business in New York, only to have COVID crash his business. He returned to South Florida, has been in the real estate business since 2020. In October of this year, he started his own real estate brokerage firm. To say that this has not been good for his business is an understatement. So with that in mind, Judge, Mr. Fisherman was in the Israeli army. He was honorably discharged. He is religiously conservative. He wraps tefillin every morning. He has been honored by various philanthropic organizations here and in New York. And so to say this came out of the blue is an understatement, but we have not seen the evidence yet. So, Your Honor, He has no prior record of any time.
And I just want to ask the state if they've verified, because you all have access to a defendant's criminal record, not only in Florida, but nationally. So when Mr. Sloman says that he has no prior criminal record, that means what?
That we have verified, Judge, that he has no criminal arrests in this state or others.
Okay. And my understanding is he's been living in the United States since 2012.
That's correct, Your Honor. And the case that he is before the court on is approximately 8 years old. And since the alleged incident, he's had no contact, obviously, with the alleged victim. He's had no contact with any of the alleged victims in any of the related cases involving the Alexander brothers. He's not named or hinted at being named in any of the federal proceedings that are going on.
So let me just verify also, because your information you're getting because you're doing your own research regarding any parallel federal charges, but I believe also the state of Florida can have that access as well. So do you want to chime in on whether or not the federal authorities at this point are investigating Mr. Fisherman?
I can't say either way, Judge, as far as what they're doing as far as investigating. I can say that I don't believe his name has come up yet.
And there's
That is one
clearly,
of the state's hesitations about it already agreeing to a bond. As you know, they raided some properties, and based on that, they're going through that documentation. I don't know whose names are coming up. So I don't know what else is out there, which is part of the state hesitation in agreeing to him.
look, I respect your position. But at this point, there's no parallel federal case.
No.
And if there, it will be a federal case because of new information that comes out from today. I mean, from this point on.
I'm assuming.
Okay, you're assuming.
So, Judge, I've actually reviewed the detention letter filed by the prosecutors in New York to Judge Reed in Miami and Judge Capone in New York, and there's no hint of a reference of any kind to Mr. Fisherman in that letter, which I have if the court would like to read it. But suffice to say that there is no overlap with any of the other related
By the Alexander brothers. It did not seem like it was a first-time incident, just based on the facts. So we don't know what else is out there, and I think I started to say that earlier.
So in other words,
I'll go back.
$25,000, you didn't just pick it out of the air. You got it from the other cases.
That's right, Your Honor. So that was consistent with Warren and Alon's bond that the court imposed. So that's correct. I didn't pick it out of thin air. So it is consistent with that.
All right, anything else you want to put on the record?
Yes, Judge, I just want to say, As far as the state's position, we cannot agree to a bond. I will acknowledge he came from Japan. I will acknowledge he has no priors. But the state's concern is that this is, if you read the facts of the case, he's a principal. He helped the victim down while she was raped by the Alexander brothers. It did not seem like it was a first-time incident, just based on the facts. So we don't know what else is out there. And I think I started to say that earlier. The federal government, the FBI, is going through the results of their search. I don't know if anything else will come up, but the state's concern about agreeing to anything really derives from that.
All right, understood. And look, it goes without saying that you have a responsibility to the community as well as to the victim to make sure that you bring charges that keep the community safe. But the state of Florida also has a duty to the defendant to make sure that due process is ensured in their proceedings, which is why I respect that you are allowing me to set a bond, because by law, he is entitled to a bond. It is a bondable offense, as promulgated by the Florida legislature, okay? All right, Mr. Sloman, you did not suggest an ankle monitor. I think considering everything that's going on right now, it's still early on, and I can respect that the state of Florida is saying that they don't know what else will come about from the raids that the FBI conducted. I do think an ankle monitor is appropriate at this stage based on what was agreed with the code that is SO level 3 ankle monitor. That is what I am going to impose in addition to a monetary bond. So the bond is set as follows. It will be a $260,000 personal surety guarantee by his wife and mother-in-law, the affidavit to be provided in the future, a $25,000 corporate surety bond. As I said earlier, the standard bond in this county for this type of felony is $15,000. So the $25,000 and the $260,000 is higher than the recommended standard bond. He will be placed on an ankle monitor, level 3. The stay-away order will remain in favor of the listed victim. The initials under Marcy's law will be placed in the stay-away order and served on the defendant. The U.S. passport and the Israeli passport that you have, Mr. Sloman, will be turned into the clerk of court. As the state says, Mr. Fisherman has no prior criminal record. That means no contact with the criminal justice system since he's been living in the United States of America since 2012, and he's been a Miami-Dade resident since 2020. He needs to be booked and processed. So today was the day for him to turn himself in. I need fingerprints and I need a booking photo. So I can reset this case for Friday for you all to get the personal guarantee documents compiled, and I can reset this for Friday.
Judge, as far as the booking, I just, corrections, are they able to do it from court? No, okay. The detectives, there's some confusion at Miami Beach, there's someone on their way, so he just needs to be ordered to stay in.
So what you're saying is I can't take him in here?
I guess not.
No?
Defendant will be taken into custody, Your Honor, in order to be processed
He
for house
will or he
arrest.
won't?
He will be taken into
Okay, so
custody.
you guys can take him in from court here today.
He will be taken in, yes,
Right.
and he's on will transport him to the
Do I
TG.
need a detective here for any reason?
Not at all.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I'll send them if they don't.
The formality of the arraignment, you filed a notice of appearance and demand for discussion. No, you did not, I'm
So
sorry.
we did, Your Honor.
You
We
did.
filed it yesterday. We filed a formal notice of appearance demanding jury trial, not guilty plea, and discovery, and asked for a reasonable time for motion.
It's fine. Initially, when we dealt with this last Friday,
Yes.
he was a limited notice of appearance. Now it's a full notice of appearance.
Notice.
So he's been arraigned today. I'll just set it report rate bond and status on Friday. Does he need to be brought to court on Friday?
No.
Okay, so the case will print and we will just have a discussion. All right, Mr. Fisherman, the stay-away order is what I'm most concerned about. I'm gonna ask the state to put on the record the initials of the listed victim.
MW.
MW, you need to stay away from that individual. So that's a 500-foot restriction from where they work or where they live. You understand that? And you can't send messages through third parties. So no direct messages from you to the listed victim, no messages through third parties. You understand that?
I understand.
Okay. Is there anything else that I have to address? No?
Did you want to advise Mr. Fisherman's wife and mother-in-law?
About what, the stay away orders?
No,
or
about the bond?
So you're gonna provide me an affidavit from
Okay,
them.
that's fine.
And you'll bring them to court on Friday. Between you and the bondsman and the family, you all will prepare those affidavits. If everything's in order, I sign off on it. If there's something amiss, I will address it on Friday, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So Mr. Fisherman, please follow Officer Gayton.
Hugging a rapist.
A well-known doctor in Los Angeles is shot dead in a murder-for-hire ambush outside his own clinic. Months later, police make a shocking...
Who the hell is she? So I looked up the docket for these yahoos. Fisherman's docket isn't on there yet. Here you go for, which fool is this? This is Oren. Oren has 4 state charges. So let me show you this. So nothing. The docket is empty. I don't know if it's going to take them a while because Miami's busy, but this was 12/9. It's 12/18, and no images are available. So the arrest warrant, it'll be redacted anyway. Sealed order, sealed motion, sealed. Redacted records, state attorney's office. But this one, he's one of the twins. That's just in the second. Let me go back. I have glare here, sorry. So he has the 4 charges. Multiple perpetrators, no serious injury. And the other brother only has 2. But they're both blocked. Oh, no, that's the same one. Alon. Asshole. That's what I call him. I just had it. You can see he has 2. Multiple persons. So it looks like Oren was the ringleader. Just so upsetting. You found their indictment, if that's any good. Let me find it. It was up. There's a superseding indictment on the feds, so they disclosed that. Bless their hearts. Did they mention Oren at all? I mean, Ohad? So he just now went on his honeymoon. I think there'll be more with Ohad. You could tell by the look of his face, he was pissed. This is his property. His property is worth 1.8. This is according to his real estate license where he lives. Of course, the photos are down. Hold on, let me find photos here. It was, now I got to figure it out. Here we go. So the YouTube doesn't ding me. So this is Ohad Fisherman's abode. It's worth 1.8 million, which is so hard to believe, right? You look at it and you're like, what the hell is 1.8 million? I guess Street View, that is why it's worth 1.8 million. The View, it's the redesign. Oh. So, wet bar shows you how old that place is, right? Kitchen. Basic. It's worse than Wendy's. Lord of mercy. Someone's in the photo. It's all about the view. Really small. Like, that's tight. That island would have to go. I couldn't take it. You have 1.8 million. Could you not get fluffier pillows? Could you? The world is asking. Look at that. We'll just scroll. There's no point. So stock photos. Blah, 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 blah. Snacks. Dude, his picture's in there. He bought this for, in 2018, it was sold for 1.25. I don't even know if he owns it, and it's worth 1.8. She may own it. Sold in a minute back then. But that is really ugly. But $1 million doesn't get you a lot in South Florida on the water. That's what I just said. Yeah, Debbie, I just said it. Doesn't get you a lot. They're so empty. They're Spirit or they're apartments. This unit is $1,380, so it is the same. But the condo was built in 2000, so there's something to go for that because the older ones are just getting so screwed on the rehab. Pets are allowed. A monthly fee of $1,138. The taxes are $20,000 a year. Damn. This year's taxes are $21,000. 21,311. That's a lot of money. Dude, you can move out a little bit and get some square footage. That's what I would be like. You got $21,000 in taxes, and you got $14,000 in HOA fees. So it's $34,000, and you're not worth $1 million, and now you'll never be worth $1 million. So, but his license is still active. The other guys are inactive. He started his own brokerage. Bless his heart. Wonder how many agents he has. Let me look. It's called the Fisherman Group. I like his logo. His office is on, Debbie, his office is on 20th Street in Miami Beach. I don't know if that's, yeah, that's right across from the water. It's right off the Alton Road. It's nice. At least I don't know if his website might be down now. Let's see. View related license information. He has 0 agents working for him. It's gonna be tough. Well, the Adelsons were on Alton. They were in the Icon. The Icon's on Alton. Yeah, I'm not getting office envy. I mean, it would be nice to be near water, but I'm not paying that. I would never even sit on that bed, let alone try to sleep. Dude, I couldn't get up from it. It's like the other condo I showed you, the Alexander's condo. That one is so low. I'd need a crane to get my ass out of it. A view of weeping Harvey Adelson. He's still in South Beach, North End. Some of the neighborhoods are named by fruit. I thought my taxes were high. Well, you're not on the water. And then, oh no, you just got to always worry. No. Are these in gingerbread earrings? Yes, they are. I got them at Marshall's. They are gingerbread earrings. Oh, my eyes itch. Little Betsy Johnson. Just for a cat. Either one penthouse in New York City or 220 little homes in Florida. I know. I would go for the little homes and rent them all out. Texas Sunshine. Love your channel. Subscribed months ago. Just been lurking. Thank you, Texas. I get to see. That is the other nice thing. So on here on the YouTube, even though I spent $600 on the StreamYard for a renewal, you can see a little emojis better on the YouTube. It's so bad when there's people or animals, I know. The real estate brothers are. This guy is not. This guy is, I don't know if he's just a friend. Let's see. Ohad Fisherman. Relationship. He's just a friend. I'd play that song, but I'd get dinged on the whole copyright. 4th person connected, 3 wealthy brothers with ties to my Oren and Alon. Ohad has till Friday, 39, returned early from his honeymoon. He cut the honeymoon short. Damn. And she's standing by him. I just can't. Oh, she's the writer for the Times of Israel. Did they show her? Let me go back. Did they, when they were in the beginning, did they span this woman? I think they did. Hold on, there it is. I think that's her and her dad. Let me show you. Yeah, that's her and her dad. Sorry, I'm discombobulated here. So this is her. I think that's her mother. Is that her mother? Yeah, that's her mother. And this is her father right here. Let me see if they show her. Like when he gets up, do they show her? When he walks up, he gets a little pissy. No, they don't. I have to tell it. Cannot imagine my father, God rest his soul, sitting in a courtroom with my brand new husband, ready to throw down $250,000 to bond his butt out of a jail. Is this a different kind of parenting than I've ever known? I don't understand it. I really don't. No, they didn't show it. Just what I showed you. I just don't understand this kind of parenting. No way would I bail this guy out. No way. I don't care. Cry all you want. She must be an only child. She's not. She has a sister. And you know, typically you're like, oh, the family, they don't have anything to do with this, right? Screw that. This is them. Because you know who doesn't get anything? Oh, I hate these blasted. You know who doesn't get any benefit of the doubt? The victims. The victims don't. Not in this case. Here they are. Dad, showed you the dad. This is Jordan, and this is the sister Gabby. So no, this is old, but still. This is the mother. I thought it was the sister for a while. I was wrong. So she does interior design. I wonder if she did the design for the brothers. This is the mother that's helping to put up $260,000. Screw that. Usually I'm like, oh, the wife has nothing to do with it. Not anymore, I'm not. You're going to bond these people out. I have no problem blasting you. She is nuts. He just met his lawyer prior to court. They've been talking all week. And when they take him away, he's hugging the guy. It's a phony, as Donna would say, put on the performance of your life. Shh. Who goes? See, I don't get that. You know, I don't understand the whole defense attorney thing. Somebody needs to explain to me why they have to hug and kiss. And Lord knows Melody didn't do it. These guys are in the business of selling. They're probably damn good at selling. You have to be. They were 32 years old when they got Ken Griffin to be the buyer's agent of a $238 million condo co-op. Of course they are. They're fabulous salespeople. I just think young kids have too much money these days. I came from Depression era parents who didn't have much, but were the first successful businessmen. Kids now have inheritances and grandparents. And I really do think that that is a problem. It is a problem not to have to work for anything and it all be handed to you. And then you just think you can pin a girl down and it's fun to do. Whitey says, when I lived in Holland, I learned you are allowed to have 3 passports. I didn't know that. The Hebrew word for a non-Jewish woman, shiksa, literally means hoe. I guess how they saw women. She's pretty, but her lips look like they have filler. Whitey, her lips look like they have filler. She's had work done, but still. I mean, I showed you their what did you call it? Bridal registry last time I was on. I was trying to find the wedding. Oh, here they are. We'll have found something. The hummus hunk, remember? Stop. Patty, stop enjoying this. The hummus hunk is his name. I forgot about it. Here's the picture of the wife. It's blurry, but it's there. The hummus hunk. Really? I mean, you're a grown freaking man. You're not a hunk first. This is not a hunk. I saw him and I was quite disappointed. I feel like I am an expert in hunkiness, and this isn't it. Fisherman, pictured with his wife, Jordan Roit, had to return from his honeymoon to hand himself into police. He is not a young man. Like, he looks older. There's all huggy. That's the dad. Aw, you're back. That's that. Oh, shh. This looks like the sister, Gabby, in that photo. Or that. No. I bet it's that one. I love this. Alexander Hoyt is the bald man furthest right. Calling it like he sees it. Who's going to pay his bail? Oh, there he is with some cuffs on. There's this hummus. Oh, so whoa, look at that. So he doesn't have to have the turtle suit on, but this one had the turtle suit on. Doesn't he look pissed? He looks really, really pissed. Fisherman cut short his Japanese honeymoon to face criminal charges. She's only 24. That's his mother and the dad. You know, they were smiling and laughing and yucking it up when they thought he was going to get bond, but then he didn't get bond. Murder says he should marry Hiccup Girl. So you'd have Hiccup and hummus. How old is this guy? Does anyone know? Oh, he doesn't show up on it. How old is he? He looks older than 24. Let me look up who owns that property. I bet she owns it. Bet mommy gave it to her. Is Roy a Jewish name? He's a conservative Jew. I love that. That made my damn day right there. says that. It is, what is the 36? So he's on, is it the 36th floor? Damn. Good for you. They rent. Someone else owns it. Someone named Marielle Yahandra Halabi Salgado. They don't own the unit. Someone else does. Rent. Well, she's married to him. If he goes to prison, she is ride him and his assets. What was I saying? There was decades younger real estate agent that married, Robert Durr. So there is that. Boy, his first meal is gonna be very appealing to him. She might not love. This is not. It's the same turtle suit. I mean, I'm sure they have hundreds, but it's still funny. She might not love me now, but wait until she hears about my line of condiments. Patty, I thought that colorful book on your desk was a small pizza, and it got me hungry. This? It's my calendar. 24-25. It's a 17-month calendar because, 12 is too much. Call the plumber. So I have a faucet that has a touch function. It's not working. Is there some kind of battery under this sink? Hold on. There is something. Hold on. Touch function. It is. It's under the sink. Replace them. If you have the brand, you can look up the exact location. But Debbie, it is a battery issue. Can't these women get annulments? I mean, they could. I mean, annulments are there annulments in the Jewish faith? I know Catholicism has them. She just needs batteries. That's all. That's why you tune in, so I could tell you where the batteries go. I'd wait to file until they were under the jail first. I just can't imagine. She'd have to force to get him out. You know that Sarah, but okay, so murder. Somebody explain to me. Every other district, court, county in the state of Florida, jail, will send you phone calls. Orange County will not send me Sarah Boone phone calls. He is due back in court on Friday. Let me see where the mother lives. Hold on. Tomorrow. Let's see where she lives tomorrow. Just kidding. Tomorrow. You know you're going to be worried about it because this is all over the news. I mean, so if Tamar, what's going to happen to her business? They live in Hollywood. No, that's their residence. Let's see. They live in the Aventura Park Square. And a 2-2, 1,000 square feet. That's it. You got $260 in cash to throw around, but that's where you live. Yeah, it's in Aventura. Two bedrooms and a den. It's only worth like $630. Well, they're smarter with their money. It's on top of Barry's boot camp. Can't even make it up. Cannot make it up. Had a washer and dryer in the unit. I mean, I like the outside of the building, but that's about it. She has to have more. She has to have more businesses. How's she going to keep her business up? She does interior design. Do you think people will want her? Is anybody? She's a Republic registered agent, is the registered agent for the company. Her business is based out of Aventura. I just find that so hard to believe that anyone will want you walking around their daughter. Even though you didn't do it, that just, what's daddy do? I don't see anything on him. He doesn't have a company in his name. Maybe he's, he has a Pinterest? He's been sued a couple times. What does he do now? Oh, his family tree set to private. Of course it is. Not sure why Patty's here on a Wednesday night, because I wanted to, Norma, but I need to share some news since, oh, yes. Poor Norma, her mom died. Her mom passed away. Patty, did you like microblading? I liked the result of microblading. I was extremely nervous the first time, and it didn't hurt as bad as I thought. But I do like the result, as you can tell, between this and my flat hair. Let's go back to it. Did you see my flat hair? I'll show you the difference. What time is it? 5 o'clock. Show you the difference between now eyebrows and these. And this is microblading. This is pre-microblading. And this is post microblading. Can't even count. Cannot even count the ways. So yes, I like the results of microblading. You should have it done like every 6 months. My eyebrows are almost entirely white, so I still have that problem. My natural eyebrows, and then they microblade like a gray. Hi, my father's alibi. How are you? Tennis girl can't complain. She had a great life. She was 100. It's crazy. 100 years old. Have you all been following Dick Van Dyke? If you're not familiar with him, different country, I'm sorry, you should be. He's amazing. Anyway, he just turned 99. And there's a video on here. I could share it, but I can't show it because, you know, YouTube is YouTube. And it's him with Coldplay. So I'm going to put the link in here. It's called All My Love. I want you to see the director's cut. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I just don't think Dick Van Dyke's body's made the same mine was. It just is amazing. And then he had a fire. He lives in Malibu. There was a fire, and his neighbors had to basically, he was crawling out of his house. He said he barely remembers it. And he had to, the neighbors helped get him out of his house and into a vehicle so he could leave. He had a fire hose at his house, and he was personally spraying the fire hose to wet down his house so it wouldn't catch fire. Crazy. Crazy. The whole thing is crazy. So I'm so sorry about your mom. It's that time of year. I'm convinced that, you know, just a lot of people let go around Christmas. I don't know if it's, you know, they see their families and then it's easier to let go. They don't see their families and it's easier to let go. I don't really have a reason for it other, like the timing was. I just feel like a lot of elderly die around Christmas. He had all his memorabilia in his home he was trying to save, I know. Well, you just walk down his hallway if you see that video. He's just walking down his hallway and you see all the Emmys next to him. It's amazing. So murder. So what Orange County Sheriff's Department told me was that her calls are not public record. And they used, what was the case they used? Bent versus the state of Florida or something like that. Oh, I forget what it was. It was Bent. Yeah, it was Bent versus Florida. And they were actually minors. I had to really read the case to be able to get the information. I had to go deep dive on that case because I was like, this isn't a minor situation. Get it? Not a minor situation. He had a great interview with Dick Cavett, and he admitted he was an alcoholic. Yeah, I think that's what broke up his first marriage. I bet phone calls from prison is trying to get them. I think I'm going to message them. In November of 2018, Becky Ireland says, My brother lived in Paradise, California, and the whole town burnt to the ground. It was called a campfire because it started on Camp Road. Lost everything but the car he left him. Golly. Maybe that fourth YouTube window. I don't know. Closing all these tabs I have open. I do have a lot of tabs open. Wow, Patricia. You know, it's a mess. I mean, I have a lot of tabs open. I probably had like another 20. Took them all out. Yeah, it probably didn't like it. You know, when your computer goes, like it's going to take off? That's what happened. So I'm going to go now because that's 3 times the charm. Oh, yay. Hi, Melissa. Golly. What are y'all's plans for Christmas? What are your plans for Christmas? Hanukkah. What are your plans for Hanukkah? Doesn't Hanukkah start on Christmas? Check your smoke detectors. Amen, YB. Check your smoke detectors. So on the 1st of every month, I don't have a 6-month air filter or something like that. I always check my air filter, and I just bought one that you can rinse, a metal one for my AC. So I have one I can rinse instead of buying new air filters. And I always do my smoke detectors. You're driving 5 hours near Vancouver to be with your 3 kids. Congratulations. Your tennis girl is spending the day with parents, son, and brother, sister-in-law. Love it when it's close to Christmas. It feels more festive. Good for you. Eric's unplugging his phone. Microblading doesn't hurt much. Nice results. Nice results depending on the person who does it. So I probably, for microblading my eyes, I'm a big researcher. I probably spent 3 months finding someone to do my eyes. So, because I knew I would take a charge if someone screwed me up and let me look like the McDonald's arches. Because you see just nightmares on the eyebrow microblading. California is declaring a state of emergency because of the bird flu. Of course they are. My oldest daughter moved to Kentucky, so it's just me, hubby, and youngest at home. I will go visit my parents in Yuma after Christmas. Good for you. My kids are all gone. My daughter will be home in Harrisburg. My son is in Ohio, Toledo, I think. And my other son's in Hobbs, New Mexico. I got nothing. I got Chris and Roscoe are my entertainment for this week. Tennis girl says she'll be drinking heavily. Oh, don't. I mean, you can have fun and drink. You're going to the beach, Lolly. Good for you. Hanukkah is different every year. The fire that was at the house behind my house was gutted the house, and the guy who lives there didn't make it out. That's right, you told us that. My father's alibi says so many clever people on KCL Detention Center Reddit. I've never been to Reddit until the society page started texting me, blaming me for things written there. They people are psychotic. How on earth is that your fault? It's not even my fault. Although I am an admin. It's not even my fault. Look, if you're going to go around saying stupid shit on the internet, on the interwebs, it's all going to come back on you. It just does. That's what I said, like, what was it, a couple days ago when I showed that video of Turpentine, which is still funny to me. And I was kind of feeling pity for her. I mean, I felt pity. Nobody wants to feel, I don't want to feel pity for someone, but I really was feeling pity. And then I was like, dude, Kathy Monkman, you can't win. You have hundreds of people ready to trash you on a moment's notice. And they post every day. Every day they make fun of you. So I told her, go do your flowers. Go post more about flowers. What'd she do? Post more about flowers. I had no idea I was influential as I am. She's literally posting flowers, which were beautiful. But my God, lady. Now that Patty has ruined KCL's channels, she will be broke. So she will have, but someone brought this to my attention. They were watching her videos. Oh my God, look at my hair. Look what has happened here. They were watching her video. Oh, that's better. And she has ads running on the new video, on the channel. So this person who sent me the text saying she's monetized. She didn't remove Katie Kool-Aid. She just privatized Katie Kool-Aid. And she's running this new channel under her other channel, which is why she can already be monetized. Let me go get it for you. I'll post it here because all my tabs are clear. So she is able to monetize under the old one. She didn't remove it like what's his face did. Here's the Reddit. She does have a talent with flowers. I've said it. But they are going back in the archives. I mean, her archives. And you can't block everybody. Like, you can't. Is this? And they have, here in here, 218 members. So it's grown like by 6 in a couple days. But there's just, it's just. I never subscribed to her, but I agree with you, Becky. That's the thing that made me go, what the hell are you doing? And now to find a photo of her wearing an owl from 2023. I'm sure she had that channel back when she had the other one. Let me look. Because she's had a few. She has the heart space. Katie Kool-Aid, the heart space. Let's see how old this one is. Which is now Thinks Out Loud. Oh my God. How do you find out? She's had this one since 2020. So he's right. This one is not new. Murderer's always right. He is always right. Katie Cool Lady Thinks Out Loud is a spinoff, but it's not, has nothing, no. So Katie Cool Lady. Then she has her Kathy Monkman, which only has 38 subscribers, and that's been around. She only did one video, and that's of herself, of course. And that is February 12th, 07. So she's had that one for a while. So I think the person who sent me a text today is right. Is that her first one never really went away. She just privatized it. And then you have TSP, he deleted his. So he deletes his and he makes no money off of his. Meanwhile, she's been making money off of hers all this time, which is fine. I mean, what do I care? But if they told him, if Fancy and her told him to release his thing, just get rid of it, and he did, so she didn't really lose 7,000. She just privatized it. And that Fancy, she has no content, but she still has the 9,300. Fascinating. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could have a channel within a channel. How do you know if it's deleted? Well, I looked at her channel name and it says how old it is. So if I look up the society page, so Fancy just shows nothing. Society page comes up with nothing. There's nothing. So there is no channel with his name on it. Katie Cool Lady still has a channel, and so does Fancy Fiction. So funny. So that's how. Can you find it? Is it gone? Cloud Heads. Well, there you go. There was really no drama. It was just figuring out YouTube. His is gone, like he has nothing. Even if it's private, the name would show up. Thank you. Is it an Opie polished? Yes, let me get you the name. I'll get you the, what you call it in. The number and the name. Hold on. I went on Saturday. It's called Kiss My Aries. Kiss My Aries is what it's called. Kiss My Aries. It's number, what is it? NLH025, Kiss My Aries, which my husband's an Aries, so that was nice. And it's a gel. You thought you loved that video too? No, he turned 99. He'll be 100 next year. What's whose real name? I don't know who you're talking about, Jill. The first time Fancy deleted all those fail calls was because the courts told some people they were going to stop giving them out. Fancy realized how valuable they were and pulled them out away that day. Thank you, Becky. Oh, it is. No, it's MY. MY. Debbie Martin, you said about Fancy's videos. She does it all the time. Well, she puts them on Patreon so that she can make more money on it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how much she make on Patreon. I don't know. But it's like the shaming of Jay. He changed his name recently. What is it now? Jay Bronius. It says a new beginning, Jay Bronius. Which I subscribe to him. I'm a channel member. I didn't watch the video why he changed his name. My dog named Bo. Fancy was even cranky with Gigi for publishing calls and using her images, which really pissed me off because Gigi is so sweet. It's public information. I don't know what to tell people. It's public. It's a phone call that you didn't create. It's not your voice. It's not your call. It's nothing. I'm going through your comments. I'm sorry. A few people requested the newer calls. Court said no. Fancy took hers down. Gigi got them and put them up. Fancy cried. It does require homework, but if someone were to share my stuff, I would be so happy. Like, it wouldn't even occur to me to be upset. Just wouldn't. I was the first one to publish Donna's high school photo, and I knew who did it because you could see where I screenshot it on my phone. And it's the interwebs. It's going to happen. The OG, right? The OG. Yeah, she still has her channel up, but it's not. I wonder if she'll show up in whatever year they have that trial. Oh, she blocked me on the Twitter, so it's hard to say. She has 850 posts on. Oh, well, here we go. On Patreon. She has 3 levels. Let's see, it's $5, $7, and $20. Which, if you pay her $20, you have voting power. Voting power for what? It's Patreon. People, maybe that's the difference between me and anyone who's makes more money at this than I do, is you're really taking yourself very seriously, and I'm not. Well, people do. I mean, she makes a lot of money on it, I'm sure. When Mentor Lawyers got those calls, he edited them live on a stream. Rushed and completely screwed them up. I watched him do it. Oh, did he? Everything you post on YouTube belongs on YouTube, right? Except it's music. Then it's the whole copyright thing. KCL just copies, but in code, as in Joy Love Top. She has nothing original. She copies and waits. Oh. She's going to get a haircut. She's going to go walk her dog. Why is the dog always in a crate? So I need to find like a cockapoo. Her dog's a cockapoo, they told me. A cockapoo rescue. So I can donate money. Oh, there is. Florida Cockapoo Rescue. I want to donate some money to a cockapoo rescue for the obvious reasons of what you're thinking. If voting would make a difference, they would not allow you to do it. That is fair. Gigi is smart. She doesn't engage in commenters ever. Just no nonsense, different kind of channel, different thing. Yeah, it's completely different. It's like phone calls from prison. Same, it's completely different. Oh my God, listen to you. YB says you could see it on her face aside from her broken blood vessels or rash. Save the cockapoos. Yeah, I'm gonna take, that's what I decided. So remember I talked about like donating to True. I mean, I didn't really make enough to be able to like pay for a DNA kit or something. And I'm not disparaging it. I'm just saying it just hasn't happened. So I want to, I'm going to donate to a cockapoo rescue. And I thought, oh, that'll do more good quickly. I was supporting TSP on Patreon until he blocked me from saving you from $5 a month. I didn't pay for his Patreon. I paid for Fancy's Patreon for like a week. And I was like, why am I doing this? She literally came out with no information. So you would think like she would come out for info, and then she didn't. And since the trial, the fake trial, the non-trial trial for Donna, Mentor Lawyers had nothing. So I undid that one too. Oh my God. Thank you for saying that. Read that comment. Something's going on there that ain't right. The pennies add up, doctor, says Eric. Crate equals detention. Oh, wow, Jill. That's true. So there's a Florida cockapoo rescue. Where are they located? There's 3 of them here. Oh, no. 3 dogs available. 3 dogs available. A 7-year-old, look at that baby. A Cocker Spaniel poodle weighing 35 pounds. That dog's a little overweight. A cockapoo mix. It's already a mix. How can you have a cockapoo mix? So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give to a rescue on her behalf. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. Once upon a time, I supported her. I mean, I thought she was talented. I didn't think she was just such a bitch. But now I know she's just a bitch. I think, Patty, we need to learn to talk in code like the Adelsons. So they try. I can't figure out what we're saying. I can't remember a code. I can barely remember my own name, dear. I can't remember that. YB says, I'm aware of her 30 years from Court TV days. That's the nice thing. KCL. Oh, Patricia, I see a limerick in your future. KCL is about as exciting as a bag of cement. Yeah, there's the theory going around that she is gibbers. I don't know if she is. Aw, my dog named Bo. What kind of dog is that? A Great Dane? Is that a Great Dane? Oh, Casey, because of Casey, cute. A Doberman. No, I'm OG from Court TV forums back in the day. Are those available to see, YB? Bling has Frenchies. Bling is the new black, has Frenchies. No, they're gone. I have a web sleuth account, but I don't really go on it. To me, it's just people creating problems out of a case that really didn't exist. You know what I mean? Like, not everything is sleuth. And they just go on and like, well, it has to be that. It's like the whole Karen Reed thing. No, it really doesn't have to be. It can be just what it is. I just don't always buy all that sleuthiness. If that makes sense. Like, some people just say things to, I think, to be able to contribute. My friends don't get how absorbed I get in these cases. Oh dear, my family doesn't understand how absorbed I get in the cases. But can they sleuth on the fly? Ooh, true. Like, I can find your house. Like, I'm gonna look up more Tamar Roit. And I really want to know what Alex does. He's just standing there while the wife cans over $260,000. So Web Sleuth came out of the Court TV blog, did it? That's true, Rosemary. She says, I hope they joined the triad joined your channel so it helps the algorithm. Yes. No, Web Sleuth, the blog. This is it. Did I go out of it? No, a minute. This is Web Sleuth. You know that mother-in-law is secretly so pissed. Look, she probably paid for the Japan trip. She probably paid for the wedding. And now she's paying for his bond. Fuck that. Hey, Dana, how are you? Who used to be gay? Fancy Fiction? I miss my cockapoo. She was perfect. I want another one. Aw, bless you, Beach. There might be one available soon. So. Oh, you missed the days when there were all the websites with all the info, like the McCann files. Can I block people on the subscriber list? I believe I asked Roberta and Murder about that, and they said I can block people. Oh, here's all her posts. The last time she posted was November 6, 2023. Damn, she's been in there. A lot of work. You can block them, but they can still watch. They just can't comment. So it's like the detention center, right? Mods can block peeps from posting, but not from seeing. Unless they get a new account. See, it's not. Did Charlie sell his house on Whale Harbor? Last time I checked, it was not under contract. Hold on, let me check. Nope. And they haven't reduced it either. The house is still for sale and the price has not been reduced on Charlie Adelson's house. To answer your question, Rosemary, it won't sell. Well, the other one sold. It won't sell for 1.125. No, it won't. Inside is trash. I mean, the inside is not $1 million. Maybe that dock is worth it, but I just don't see it. There was one that much nicer condition. One on Whale Harbor, 25-24. Sold for $908 with a much nicer pool. No, I don't see it. He's a couple $100,000 at least over. There's another one in that neighborhood. It's a 4.3 for 1.125. There's a bunch for sale in there. A bunch. Sugarloaf is 1.1. That's much nicer. There's a completely renovated one on one. It's 1.4. So I just don't see it. Yeah, they won't publish them. So even with Sarah Bones, I mean, maybe I'll go in and ask for the ones where she was. I don't know why they won't give them. I got to figure out why they won't. I mean, that's really the only county that won't, that I've met. Does the money from the home sale go to his son? I mean, he owns it. Let's see what it's in now. What is it? 2518. It's in the trust, so the money would go to the trust. It's in the Adelson Trust. But I think they listed it to help with his appeal. It's just me. I mean, I could be wrong. We're in the first district. God, I'm hungry. I gotta go eat. Case info. They're not under Pacer. They're under ACES. I don't think anything's come out under Adelson at all. Just the reply to the state's response to appellate motion. And then there's appendix, so nothing's happened since October. October 21. Rhombohedral says that last letter from Sarah to Judge Kranick, I saw like 6 live readings on that. How'd they get that? I mean, was that on her docket? Trials are expensive, even when you hug your attorney. Donna would have rented it out by now. She's in the clinker. The money from the home sale goes to the trust. I mean, there's no restitution on his sentence, so. They're overlooking the entire street, Rosemary. She says, do you think buyers are overlooking Charlie's? The entire street there's like 3 on the street for sale. So it's not just him. It's the market right now with 7% interest. It's hard. And they just reduced it like 1/3 of a point. Who cares? It's still a volatile market as far as rates are concerned. $1 million here and $1 million there. Soon you're talking about real money. You are not kidding. Can you imagine? Like the Alexander attorneys, I mean, they're dealing with multiple charges. That's going to be very expensive. Ooh, sleepy. I got to go. It's almost 6. Ooh, getting sleepy. Oh, let me show you something. You'll see Katie Cool Lady doing watercolor in a minute. Hold on. So I don't like being bored. And without school, I was like, what am I going to do? And so we always send out Christmas cards. They're going to be late because this is taking a lot more time than I ever thought. But so we were doing watercolors. Can you see? So that's my first watercolor Christmas tree. I only have 58 more to go. I did 10. And now Katie Cool Lady will be doing watercolor. But I don't think it's that bad. Can you see? Not bad at all. 58 more to go. Oh, God, it's so funny. I mean, I've never done it before. Yesterday was our first day. And I mentioned it on the radio last week. I told Scott, I said, I bought all this water. Like, when I do something, like, I've decided I'm going to do everything right. So I bought all this watercolor paint and brushes and paper to try and all these not stencils, but I bought 3 different like glass rings because we're making Christmas baubles too. Let me show you that. We, as in me, let's see. These were much harder than I would have thought. The tree was much easier. So we made these. So this is one of mine. Erica did a few yesterday. It was we had so much fun. We had far too much fun watercoloring. I was like, dude, we have a lot to go. And she's like, I'm going home. So it's just me. Beginner here. It's like being a kid. So all those Facebook videos, like there's so many reels and they're like showing these watercolors. I'm like, I'm going to make some cards. So anyway, we're on the radio and I say to Scott, this got some on the inside. No one will care. And I said to Scott, like, I'm going to make these cards. So yesterday I sent him the picture of this first tree I did, which I still think, too bad I can't just screenshot that and just make a picture of it and put it on all the other cards because that would be a lot easier. And he goes, did it take you a week? I said, no, it didn't take me a week. I just started yesterday. What time we start? Like 11, and I did it till 5 and got 10 done. So it's going to take a while. So funny. I'm sure KCL will try it now. That's why I said it. That's why I wanted to make sure. Like if I say it, I have proof that I said it. But yeah, they're not bad. I mean, I'm sure, there's plenty of flaws to find for sure. It's still cute. It was fun to do. Am I taking classes? I am taking YouTube classes of watercolor. I'm taking classes. No, I literally, we have YouTube running on a screen while we're painting. That was it. And chicken food, let me show you what Erica did. These are mine. So Erica can freehand. I cannot. So this is her first one. Can you see it? And I bought some stamps. So it says Marion Bright, super cute. And then this was our first one ever. I was like, girl, you're already a problem. It's so cute. I'm so proud of her for trying. It's cute. So we had fun yesterday. And now I have like 58 more to go. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend to try and get I'm going to call them holiday cards. But there's so many videos, like so many people they're really, really good at it. And they talk about how to hold the brush, how much to dab, how much water to put in the palette. So it's so detailed. It's kind of like going to class. I do wish someone would help me hold the pen because I'm auditory, but I need to see it. So that's kind of hard. I should send one to KCL. I should. I'm helping her make some money. I should. It's funny. I really do tend to skip the child things too, but who would Sarah even have left to call? I don't know, but it would be so entertaining. Come on. I could take a photo of my watercolor, upload to Shutterfly or Snapfish and make it into cards. Well, I could do that on Canva. I just don't know that it would turn out as clear. It's very clear. I probably would have to take it. I have a commercial printer in the office. Our office printer is a good printer, but still. Watercolors are relaxing. She calls her lover. Oh, yeah, I really want to know who that chick is that she was laughing and smiling at, wasn't she? I love the imperfections that aren't imperfect with free-handed art. It gives the images personality. I think so, too. And we had so much fun. We did have a good time. It was a fun day. Jose Baez doesn't cost $500,000 retainer. How much is his retainer? $200,000. Stop it. $200,000 a month. Non-refundable. And it's only been 5 years. He represented Harvey Weinstein and lost, charging a retainer of $2,000 for 5 months. It's my total retainer was expected to be $2 million over 10 months. Weinstein sued Jose Baez in 2021, seeks return of the $1 million. Interesting. Well, I hope you all have a great evening. I have to go. I have to eat, or I'm going to get grumpy soon. I haven't eaten today. I've been so busy, which is lovely. I love it because who knows? I'll take a macrame soon my hands would hurt if I am too bored. Have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining me. What is Roberta saying? Roberta is one year. Why don't these people ever tell you their problems with you to your face? The first time you hear about it is when they're taking your site. It's not funny, Roberta. She's not kidding. Nobody wants to go to someone. Nobody wants to deal with it in person. It's easier to just trash. Much easier. See you soon, Roberta. I'm going to watch you on yours. Cut away. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.